Deeply distressing to know that 42 million Americans are going to lose their SNAP benefits. And now that's one of the big reasons why I refuse to shutting our government down. And again, I feel like the Democrats really need to own the shutdown.
Want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Wow. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What's going on, family? I hope everybody that's tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy, that y'all are having an amazing weekend and a great start to November. Told y'all, buckle up. This is going to be wild November. Do not know what to expect next. I want to send my love and prayers out to everybody. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care if you believe in this or that. I don't care if you're liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican. Don't care. We're wishing the best in everybody's life, man. There are, tons out there that are going through it right now. I wanted to send my love and prayers to them. You never know what somebody's going through or what somebody's battling. But we are bringing some of the best updates on this shutdown and everything that's going on. So if you're new here, join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Once again, Senator John Fetterman. Y'all know I like to call him Senator Hoodie because he just came on CNN earlier, just an hour ago, and said this. And I played it in the intro for a reason. The Democrats must own the shutdown, resulting suffering of Americans. I feel like the Democrats really need to own the shutdown. As you know, they get up every single day. The Trump derangement syndrome shows. They get up on the fake news media every single day, and it's all Trump's fault. Trump. MAGA, Republicans, conservatives, dragged through the mud. It's all Trump's fault. Trump is destroying the country. They're in power right now. They control this. They control the House, the Senate, all this. But truth will prevail. The truth will shine in broad daylight. Yes, indeed.
Deeply distressing to know that 42 million Americans are going to lose their SNAP benefits. And now that's one of the big reasons why I refuse to shutting our government down. And again, I feel like the Democrats really need to own the shutdown.
Wow. I had to play it again, man. As we know, we've seen the courts come out, the judges come out against Trump. Just a couple of hours ago, Trump responding, and also Trump also coming up with something to fund the benefits. And, again, we know Trump is going to come out and respond. We actually have a president. We're actually going to hear and we're actually going to see posts from the president of the United States. As much as they try to bash the man, he's going to come out and he's going to respond. But a lot of corruption has taken place, and a lot of people are sick and tired. They've had enough. Taxpayers, sick and tired, They're sick of the whole system. They're sick of all the corruption. And all the fraud. The taxpayers are sick enough. Sick to their stomach. Hotter than fish grease, in my opinion. Especially when it involves around, government assistance. Socialists and these communists, these people think that everything should be free. Everything is free. And we see how that plays out. Just like that socialist communist New York City candidate that's running for mayor right now. But we got a big one. The final straw. Trump urges major action to end the government shutdown. We got some more big things out of this. And also Karoline Leavitt joins the show. So let's check it out.
Joining me now in this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive, fresh off of her trip to Asia with President Trump, is the White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt. Secretary, it's great to see you. Karoline, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Maria. It's great to see you, too.
Congratulations on this trip. I'm going to get to Asia in a moment, but let's talk about the filibuster. You've heard from John Thune. He is not going to change it, but President Trump says he wants them to scrap the filibuster. Has President Trump spoken to Senator John Thune about this?
President Trump has spoken to Majority Leader Thune. He's also spoken to our great Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. And he's spoken to the whole world by putting his position out on Truth Social in a very public and transparent way, as the president always does. And he is 100% right. Let's talk about what we are dealing with here. Radical left Democrats who have shut our government down and held the American people hostage for 32 days in a row. We have air traffic controller shortages all over this country. Half of our nation's major airports are suffering from severe delays as we head into the busiest travel months of the season. We have 500,000 federal workers who are going unpaid. SNAP benefits have expired only because of President Trump finding a legal maneuver are our troops continuing to be getting paid. If it were up to the Democrats, our military and our law enforcement would not be receiving their paychecks like the rest of the federal government workforce. And Democrats are not showing any sign of wanting to reopen the government. They want to give taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal aliens. These are crazed people that President Trump and Republicans are having to deal with. And that's why President Trump has said Republicans need to get tough, they need to get smart, and they need to use this option to get rid of the filibuster, to reopen the government and do right by the American public. We know, Maria, based on the polling and based on common sense, that the vast majority of this country wants the government reopened. That's what President Trump is willing to do. That's what he wants, and he's willing to use.
Well, it's got to happen soon. The government must reopen, or we are going to have a serious hit to the economy. If people stop flying because they're afraid it's not safe, and you've got traffic control calling in sick, you're going to see a serious hit. Now, there's one analyst at Cowen and Company who says this government will likely reopen by November 14th. And that there will be a one-year clean Affordable Care Act subsidy extension and a super committee potential as an off-ramp. Are you hearing of any off-ramp to get this government open this upcoming week?
We certainly hope so. Look, we hope the government opens tomorrow. We have been saying this for 32 days in a row. The Democrats want to try to renegotiate the entire healthcare system that they created, by the way, and that's why they're holding the government hostage. They want to add $1.7 trillion of new spending and, again, give taxpayer-funded Medicaid to illegal aliens. That is a red line in the sand for President Trump and Republicans. He campaigned on ending that, and he did it with the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill. And so Republicans and President Trump want to reopen the government, and then we can discuss tackling these very important issues before us. How can we fix our healthcare system? There is no one more committed to answering and solving that question than President Donald Trump. That's why you've seen him work tirelessly to negotiate good deals with Big Pharma to bring down the cost of prescription drugs in this country. That's why you saw him pass the largest tax cuts for working families and American consumers in history to put more money back into their pockets. He is committed to delivering on these issues, but not while we are holding the entire federal government and our country hostage.
Karoline, real quick, is the president not concerned that if you scrap the filibuster, it will be used against the Republicans in the future, where the Democrats will pass legislation without any input from Republicans?
I think the president is realistic in realizing that the Democrats are going to do that anyway. You had two Democrats who were opposed to it, Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. And where are they? Neither of them are in the United States Senate today because they were pushed out by the far left radical base that has completely taken over the Democrat Party. Again, these are radical left lunatics in charge of the Democrat Party today, and they will nuke the filibuster. They want to make Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico states. They want to pack the Supreme Court. They don't care about our sacred institutions in our country. And so Republicans need to play tough and they need to play smart. And that's what President Trump thinks.
One of the most important events of the upcoming week is the Supreme Court hearing on President Trump's tariffs and the use of the emergency to use those tariffs. I spoke with the president about it in my last interview with him 2 weeks ago. Here's what he said. Let's take a listen.
I don't want to even think about it. We're doing so well to think about it. You know, if that happened, we'd have to pay back money. So if anything would happen with that, that would mean they're allowed to use tariffs and we're not. If they took away, this is national security, if they took away tariffs, then they've taken away our national security.
Karoline, what is the backup plan if the Supreme Court goes against you?
Well, we do have backup plans, and the president's trade team is working diligently on those contingency plans. But ultimately, Maria, we are hopeful that the Supreme Court will rule on the right side of the law and do what's right for our country. The importance of this case cannot be overstated. The president must have the emergency authority to utilize tariffs. Look at what President Trump has been able to do by leveraging tariffs and leveraging the might of the United States economy. We are the #1 consumer country in the world, and every country around the world knows it. It's because of tariffs that President Trump has been effectively able to cut so many tailor-made trade deals with so many countries around the country. Look at what around the world. I mean, look at what he just did in Asia. You had Malaysia, you had Japan, you had South Korea, trade deals all over the place, trillions of dollars of investments pouring into our country because of his effective use of tariffs. And it also is a key part of our national security. The president must be able to use this authority, and we're hopeful that the Supreme Court will hear this argument, will look at the law honestly as they have in so many cases in the past, and they will rule on the right side of the law and on the right side of the president, not just for President Trump, but for future presidents and administrations to come as well.
Most people have realized the effect of President Trump's policies have made people feel much better across the country. And, of course, that love fest that he just came off of in the Asia trip, it almost feels like the Democrats don't want him to do so well. They are not so happy that things are going well.
They don't. And it's really pitiful, Maria, because I see how hard he just flew literally around the globe, barely sleeping for days on end to advocate for America and all of our people, Republican, Democrat, Independent. He is cutting trade deals and peace deals and bringing trillions of dollars of investments. That means more job and opportunities in communities across the country, regardless of political affiliation. He is doing this for the betterment of the United States of America. And the reception he received from these countries around the world was remarkable. The world knows America is back, and we have a leader who has the highest respect from foreign leaders all over the world again.
Well, we saw it. We watched it all, Karoline. It's great to see you. Thank you so much.